I think it's pretty clear how excited everyone is for the season. Every day we come to practice and we're ready to play, and this preseason has just gone by so fast because every single day we show up with like this team camaraderie that we just want to win. Like, it is clear that everybody on this team wants to win, and everyone knows what their role is kind of on our team.
We had a 6-week preseason, which doesn't sound fun for anyone, but we actually got really lucky with the weather this year. I think we were only inside twice, and in my 4 years here I can honestly say it was the smoothest preseason we've ever had. We're really excited to get started. We have an awesome group of freshmen who just came in. We only lost 3 seniors, but we added 8 freshmen who have really truly pushed us all this preseason. I think they've made everyone from the freshmen themselves to the seniors get a lot better, so we're really excited to get started and see how this new team is going to look on the field. I think it's a much different team than we saw last year.
So exciting to get started. I mean, every year starting your spring sport in New England, you're stuck kind of like inside in the freezing cold, and you're certainly looking forward to getting into warm weather. But I think this group is a pretty talented group. They're young, so they have a lot to figure out. But, you know, everyone keeps kind of asking, like, how are you going to be? Are you any good? And you never know. Like, you need a week. You need a couple games to have a realistic gauge on that.
With some of our rankings, we got a few setbacks just on some of the games that we lost last year. So I think we really want to bounce back from some of the losses that we took last year and beat the teams that we are supposed to beat, but also beat the teams that no one sees us beating. And I don't think some of the bigger teams like Adelphi, Lemoyne, or Post are really going to see us coming. And I think going to Florida, playing Rollins is an awesome start for us. I think it will be a true test to how well we've prepared over preseason, because Rollins is always a team that comes out really strong. They're a nationally ranked team. They're ranked higher than us right now. So if we can go down to Florida and beat them, I think it will prove to all the coaches that Stonehill is a team to look out for this year and is a much different team again than we were last year.
I kind of have mixed feelings about opening with Rollins because it's definitely one of the hardest games, the most anticipated games of the season. But at the end of the day, like I said, it doesn't matter about Rollins. It doesn't matter about the other team we're playing. It's about Stonehill Lacrosse. And if we play our game the way we want to play it, and if we play the game like we practiced, then I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to come back to Stonehill with 2-0 and ready to play out the rest of the season. And like I said, we're going to start the season with tough games, and I think it's just going to prepare us when we're in the postseason and we're battling out for an NA10 championship or a national championship. Then
Rollins is an exciting game for us. I know it's not in region and it doesn't really matter come May, but it's just a game that we love to play. They're always a team that puts up a really good fight against us. It's always like a really aggressive, clean game. And their stadium is beautiful, and we play them at night. So that's just a game that we really look forward to all year long. And Tusculum's interesting. I mean, you know, all these new up-and-coming teams, you watch some film on them, and, you know, you start to get a little worried. You really, really have to get yourself prepared for them, and we feel like we have done that. But then, of course, we come home to Post, which is just a monster of a regional game, and they are so strong, and they're ranked so high, and they're getting a lot of credit early. So that's just always a team that we know we have to play well against, you know. So even though there's not a ton of pressure in Florida, the second we get home, the pressure's definitely there. I have to play the best teams to beat the best teams, and we really believe, thankfully, we're in the Northeast 10 where you have no choice. I mean, we could easily schedule kind of like the lower level teams and get away with it and still have a strong sense, you know, a strong schedule. But for us, we want to play the big dogs, and we want that experience because it's just so important to us. Then when we play the huge games that really matter in the postseason, it doesn't feel like something brand new to us.
Blunt as this is, like, our team goal is to win. I think that in the past, and like last season especially, we struggled a little bit. And this year we kind of came in with a new mindset that we're just playing to have fun, and we're playing to play loose, and playing to play for ourselves. And at the end of the day, like, we're focusing on Stonehill Women's Lacrosse. Like, we're not focusing on the opponent. We're not focusing on who the game is exactly against. I mean, obviously you have to think about playing who the game's against, but it's just about us at the end of the day. It's about how we play our game, how we go out every single day like it's our last time we'll be on that field, it's our last time we'll be on WB, and that's what's most important, is that we're putting our best foot forward. And also that just that, even off the field, like, just that we're good role models on this campus, good role models in general, and that we are leading by example every day, which is if it's in the classroom, if it's on the field, or if it's in any social setting. Like, we want to be Stonehill Women's Lacrosse, I think, is a really special group of girls and people, and I think that our team goal is just to be the best people and the best players that we can be.
Defense wins championships, right? And Cara is kind of like this weird freak athlete, but I think Isner, I mean, they don't come any smarter than Kelly Healy. She always knows the answer. She's always doing the right thing. But I think our attack unit is definitely coming along. That was the biggest issue for us last year, and they're starting to come together as a unit. Like I said, do we know if we're good yet? Nope. We need to play a couple games, but I think that there's a lot of young talent in that group, and like slowly but surely every week they're making progress, and that's all I can ask of them, So I think if the defense can get a little bit of help on that end, they'll be that much stronger, that much, they'll have more legs under them when we need them in that kind of like fourth quarter at the very end of the game.
The way we are as a team just shows when we're on the field. Like, we're a tight group of people, and we're almost like a family, and we're sisters, and we have each other's back, and that's how our defense plays. Like, if we play our defense successfully, I have no doubt in my mind that our defense can defend any team in any 10, hands down, or in the division.
Just establishing who we are as a team. So we always have a really strong defense, and I think with 3 seniors and a junior defender as our starting 4D, that our defense is going to look pretty solid. But I think that to have our attack come out really strong is something that's really important in these first 3 games. With one of our last scrimmages, our coach said, the attack has to be scoring at least 15 goals, and we scored 17. So we're looking for our attack to be adding a lot of points to the board, and if we can do that in the first 3 games, then our attack is only going to continue to produce even better outcomes throughout the rest of the season.
I think what happened to us a lot last year was our attack wasn't producing, so just the bottom line, the defense was just playing a whole lot of defense, and it was too much. As good as you are and as well as you work together, if you play too much defense in this sport, you're going to get scored on. Too much. So it's just imperative for us. Like, attack needs to take care of the ball so the defense can do their job well in the way we expect them to, when it's their turn. But when it's attack's turn, they need to do their job, and when it's defense's turn, they need to do their job. And they need to support each other, not vocally and not like patting each other on the back. They need to do their job well, so they're not setting up the other one, for failure.
It's been such an honor playing for Stonehill and playing for this defense over the past 4 years, and to say I've learned a lot would be such an understatement. I mean, you're put in positions that you never thought you'd be put in, and your mind's racing, and you're having to go after ground balls and get to cross turnovers, and so many things are happening. But it's so important to just realize, like, you're here for a reason, and we are so beyond blessed to be able to play for this program, and I'm so excited to see what our defense is going to be able to do this season.
I mean, they don't come any better than those 2. Like, not only have they worked so hard to be really, really great defenders, but they're some of the best leaders that I've had probably in my 10 years here. I mean, they lead by example. They have really high expectations for their team. And defense has been a strength for us for a while now. So to add that leadership component to actually a pretty strong skill set, it's pretty awesome. And it helps that they have kids like Katie Healy and Kelly Healy and, Dells and those guys. I mean, that's a huge help. But those 2, if I could clone them, I'd clone them and keep them forever. They don't get any better than those guys.
I think that we realized that the hard way last year is that there is no easy game in lacrosse. Lacrosse is like one of those sports that anything can happen, and I think we've realized that the tough way, and I think that we're ready to bounce back and be the best team we could possibly be.
Our goal is every day to get better. Our goal is to play to our potential. Our goal is to feel like we're not leaving anything out there. And I think this group so far, when it comes to like their mentality and their work ethic, they're spot on. Now I think with this group, we just got to get kind of like the skill level and, enough experience behind that. But this has been, so far, as miserable as preseason can be, this has been a group that's been pretty fun to work with. Like, you look forward to going to practice, and you look forward to going to work with these guys, because for the most part, they're giving you what they need. It doesn't always look perfect, but at the end of the day, it's hard to fault them.